Hello everybody, Scott Helmer here with Scott Helmer Fitness Systems, and I just wanted to kind of talk today about the power of mindset performance and how it really does affect everything in our lives. You know, in the past 6 to 8 months I've been sharing the concepts of mindset and letting people understand the power of the internal story. In other words, mindset starts inside of you. It starts within. And yet, I'm going to share some examples with you today um, in different areas of our lives, whether it's fitness, whether it's business or relationships. And I want you to see, because the following examples are going to show you that despite the messages and all the external information that we get in through our senses and we hear about, we still struggle to take action and improve our lives. And yet, we constantly are looking for that external to help fix us. And we don't need to be fixed. What we need to do is understand the mindset. It's pure and simple. And if the information that we hear from the external isn't congruent with the story that we have in our conscious mind that's been ingrained, we're always going to struggle to make those improvements. And more importantly, we're going to actually create more distance between what we want to do and what we settle for. So let me show you here. First example, I have a lot of friends that are in network marketing, and for the most part, they're very good people, and a lot of them are very successful. When I say a lot, I'm talking like 1 to 2%. And so this is kind of some of the information that is shared amongst network marketers and people that get involved in network marketing. And it's the same thing. You have something that you want. You want to stop working your 9 to 5 job. You want more time freedom. You want to spend more time with your family. And so you look at an alternative way to make money. Very valid. There's nothing wrong with it. I've been involved in some network marketing in the past with some nutritional companies, and they do work. But again, we have to understand the mindset of the individual that you're recruiting or you're talking to. And in network marketing, I've talked to many of them, and this is where they're missing the boat. Just like I'll share in a minute with the fitness industry, it's the same. What we tell people is to get motivated. Come on, work hard. Stop procrastinating. Take massive action and be consistent. And unfortunately, in the mind of the person that you're barking that information to, they're thinking, well, I don't sell things very well. I'm not a salesperson. This is hard. It's so different. I want to do it, but I don't know how to get started, and I'm not good with people, and what if it doesn't work? That's the story that they bring to the table. And if you don't understand that, if you just continue to browbeat them with getting motivated and what's wrong with you, don't you want it bad enough, it doesn't work. You see the picture there with all those people in that room. Let's just say all those people are in there and they're hearing a great speaker, network marketing guru, and he's talking about how exciting this is. And everyone in there is pumped. They're all excited. They all hear the same information. They all get the same story about the success they can have. And yet if you look at that room, let's say there was 1,000 people in there, less than maybe 2 or 3 of them are actually going to be able to take massive action and go and do what the speaker says. The rest are going to struggle at different times because they don't have the story in their head that's congruent with that message, even though they know that that's what they want to do and that's what they should do to be successful. They just can't do it. Their mindset, they haven't learned how to control that switch to get them understanding their story. The fitness industry. This is what I've been involved in for 30 years as a competitive powerlifter and also as a fitness consultant, worked as a personal trainer, as a coach. We do the same thing. We tell our clients to get motivated. You can do this. Stop putting it off. Stop procrastinating. Get off the couch. Be consistent. I'm the best trainer. I don't know why you can't get results. I know my stuff. I've got a certification from this organization. I write the best programs, the nutritional programs. But again, look at the mind of the person that you're dealing with in front of you. They're scared. I know I need to do this, but I don't know. This looks hard. I want to do this, but don't know how. Same thing as the network marketing. I'm not good with commitment. That's part of my story. What if I don't like it? And unfortunately, they don't tell you these things because you don't ask. You make the assumption that because they're coming to you, they're out of shape, they want to get a healthier lifestyle, that they just need to do it. That's not how it works. And that's what's wrong with the fitness industry per se. The last 30 years, things haven't changed. We're still the most obese country in the world. We're still out of shape. The average person drops out of their fitness routine within 3 to 4 months. It's not sustainable. And the reason is we're barking at people externally, trying to change their behavior with external stimuli, and we haven't taken the time, or nor do we know how to do it. A lot of fitness professionals don't understand mindset and how to get people to understand their story and get them on that journey of changing it. Same thing in the self-help industry. There's a lot of good information out there. But again, if you're talking to somebody that, even though they know they want to, they're making the effort to explore and look into this, but they're just not ready in their mindset. We say the same thing. Get motivated. Read this. 60 Days to a New You. Get my new book. Take small steps. And we look at that, and I've done it too. We say it makes sense. I'll start tomorrow. That was a great book or video. I think I get it. Now what? So I just have to think and it will happen. What if it doesn't work? That's always coming up in all these scenarios. What if it doesn't work? Because that's a limiting belief that the person has in their mindset, in their conscious story that they've lived with since birth. It's based on their influences and their perceptions of the world. It develops their belief systems that actually form and create their behaviors and their actions. And until you change that, you're going to have constant stopping and starting. You're going to have 3 steps forward but 4 steps back. Okay? Relationships, the same thing. We talk about being with the right person and what does that look like, and what is your role in that, and what is their role in that. And we say that you deserve to be with the right person. You're worthy of this, being happy. And that's true, you are. And you deserve to be loved. Anyone would be lucky to have you. But again, in the mind of the person who's struggling, they talk about the bad choices they made before. They don't think they're worthy. They don't feel they need anyone. Someone else has to dictate my happiness. I don't know what that means to me. So we need to address that person's individual mindset if they want to have those relationships, because it starts inside. It starts internally. We talk about changing careers or changing jobs. Same thing. People will tell you, you don't need that job. Money's not everything. You're better than that. Find your passion. We've all told people that. We've all said that to ourselves. Maybe other family and friends have told us that. But then in the mindset, it pays the bills. I could retire in 20 years and that's okay. I really don't know anything else. This is all I've ever done. I don't have any other education or any other job skills. What am I really good at? My point is this. Mindset matters so much that regardless of the situation, whether it's a career or job change, whether it's relationships or your personal fitness, or if you want to make more money in another industry like network marketing, it can all be attainable if you have a dynamic mindset. But if you're in a fixed mindset and that story is your driver of your behavior and your actions, until you address that internally and really look at it and talk about it, it's not going to matter. So external stimuli just won't work. We think that we can change behavior by giving a ton of external information and loads of positive affirmations and rah-rah type methods. I've been a football coach for over 30 years. I know that works at the moment, but it once the opening kickoff comes and somebody gets hit, all that goes out the window. They're now thinking about the game and thinking about, what am I supposed to do? The reality is that unless we look inward, we're not going to discover how our unconscious mind tries to control everything that we're already hardwired for. It's ingrained from years of that influence and those perceptions and those beliefs. The messages just don't match, and despite the best intentions of these methods, they're not going to work as long as there's a conflicting story in our conscious mind. And that story is so strong and has dominated our behavior and actions to this point that we're on autopilot. We don't know any different. So the first key is to be aware. Without awareness that we have a choice, and awareness that that information coming in, you can control what you let into that conscious part of your brain through your unconscious. So becoming aware of what's coming in is key. You got to learn to release the brakes. So here's what I mean. Here's some other fitness examples. I kind of hark on that because I'm a fitness person and been involved. So every time we hear excuses, we're supposed to assume that someone's weak, has no motivation, doesn't want it bad enough. This is some of the stuff you see on Facebook and on advertising. A nice looking guy or gal with a negative cue, excuses don't burn calories. That doesn't motivate many people that are in that situation. And I always say it's like preaching to the already converted. You might get 1 or 2% of us that have already experienced success in our fitness and our health. We get it. Yeah, we just kind of look at it. But for someone who isn't there, this actually creates distance. And here's some fat shaming for you. 52% of adults are either overweight or obese. Fat is the new normal. Don't be normal. In other words, don't be fat. We get that. Even the person that is overweight and out of shape, they understand that they need to be healthier. They didn't wake up one day and say, I want to be 350 pounds. There's reasons for it, but we don't address that. We want to just externally try to change them. This is called guilt marketing. You see it all the time, hoping that you're going to feel bad enough to make a change just because they tell you so. It's not very effective. And then comparative marketing compares you to someone that's figured all this stuff out and has the body and the fitness levels that you want to be at, and it doesn't address the real issue, and that's the mindset of who's not that person in the picture. And again, on face value, this ad isn't really bad. It's not terrible. It's talking about a woman and her physique and her hot body. It talks about dedication and discipline, self-respect, dignity, work ethic, passion, all those things that people that want to be healthier actually want to have. But telling it to them and saying it to them is different than exploring why they can't get it. You have to remember, it's very, very rarely what we need to know to move forward. It's always what we need to know about what's holding us back. Yet we continue to shove this down people's throats. Here's some flat out name calling. Because you're not dedicated, you're lazy. So again, we're trying to mix words. We're trying to get inside the heads of somebody here with this type of advertising. And you wouldn't tell somebody with post-traumatic stress syndrome just to get over it. Yet we tell people that aren't healthy or that don't have the relationship they want or don't have the job they want, just figure it out. Just get over it. You're okay. So we need to really rethink in all of our industries, all professions, all jobs, how mindset really affects our behaviors and our actions. But in the fitness industry, like I said before, not much has changed. We're very obese. Sustainability is an issue. We have all the technology available to us in all industries, especially the fitness industry. We have online programs. Everyone's into the fitness industry now as coaches or personal trainers. There's more information about nutrition than ever before. Clubs are opening up everywhere in every city, and yet we're not any healthier. And you would think almost just by osmosis we would be healthier. Why aren't we? Poor choices? Yeah. But why are we making the poor choices? Because no one's taking the time to address the mindset of the individual. So the solution is helping individuals become aware of that difference between a fixed versus a dynamic mindset. The network marketing industry, it means being more dialed into your team members as much as you are about your sales funnels, your email copy, your capture pages, your product, helping them understand why they haven't been successful rather than beating them up because they're not. It can help change what they're doing by looking inward. For fitness professionals, again, it means instead of just writing fitness and nutrition programs, you got to meet your client where they're at each day they come to you, getting them to look inward and getting you to respond to that inward look so that they can be successful. If you're a life coach, it means going deeper into what the client is trying to do in terms of moving forward, because like I said before, it's seldom what we need to know about moving forward, but it's always what we need to know about what's stopping us and why. External stimuli doesn't work. Positive affirmations, even goal settings, are just temporary fixes to a much bigger issue, and that's the mindset of the client in front of you. That's why New Year's resolutions don't work, because it's just an external unconscious choice we're trying to make, but we haven't got the tools internally to make it happen. So if you teach people how to harness the power of their unconscious, you're going to have taught them success at every level of life. So if you're interested in more of what I do with my mindset performance coaching and whatnot, give me a call or shoot me an email or check me out on Twitter at CoachMan529. This is truly an evolution in all industries. You can say it's self-help, whether it's just the fitness or the career, whatever it is. I don't know what you want to call it. I just call it Mindset Matters Most. It is really, truly the key to getting what you want out of life. So if you're interested, please, please contact me and let's talk. And remember, mindset matters most. Again, this is Scott Helmer. I'll be talking to you real soon.